All right, does anyone have any aches or sorenesses I should be aware of? Are we doing good today? Feeling good? Ready to work out? All right, so let me end my video real quick. All right, so in today's workout, we're going to be combining those pulsed movements that we did 2 weeks ago with the more quick twitchy plyometric movements that we were doing last week. So what that really means is that this should be hard. So today we're going to be doing an upper body emphasis workout for our standing athletes and an upper body emphasis workout for our seated athletes. We're going to pepper in some core while we're at it with the side planks and front planks. On the agenda for today, oops, let me change the view. So we're going to do our typical warm-up practice, and then we're going to do 3 rounds, just like we have in the past 2 weeks, with 1 minute rest at the end. We're going to stretch at the end, so that should be about 10 minutes of stretching or so. And then for the workout, we're doing pulsed plyometric squat jumps for our standing athletes, and then we're going to be doing some tees in a pulsed plyometric fashion for our seated athletes. We'll be going over that. Side planks for everybody. Pulsed plyometric lunge jumps for our standing athletes. We'll go over what that's supposed to look like, and then pulsed plyometric push-ups for our seated athletes. You might already kind of have an idea what that's going to look like. Front planks, and then we're going to be doing some pulsed plyometric bridges. So that's going to be a funky one for our standing athletes working this on the ground. We'll play around with this one and doing some W's for our seated athletes to really work on strengthening up the rotator cuff and those key postural muscles in your shoulder. Keep them nice, happy, and healthy. And then we're going to finish up with our stretch sesh here at the bottom. Everything's going to be divvied up based on being a seated athlete or a standing athlete. All righty. Does anyone have any questions on the agenda for today's workout? We ready to go? We ready to get started today? All right. So let's start by getting warmed up. If you're going to be working out primarily in seated, start in sitting. If you're going to be working out in standing, start in standing. One note for our seated athletes, you are going to want some light to moderate weights for your T's and W's. And we will be transferring to the ground if you feel comfortable, but we will have modifications that are completely in the chair as well. Once we get to after we do the first exercise, we'll be transferring to the ground. All right, so let's get started. We're going to be in your starting position, seated or standing. Let me mute you guys, and we'll get going. So I want you guys to take a moment, work on your breathing. Take one hand, put it on your chest, one hand, put it on your belly. And as you inhale, your belly should rise first, followed by your chest. And as you exhale, your belly should collapse. Take a short moment here just to dial that in. Make sure that you have your belly breath completely under control in this calm, rested position or state. Remember what this feels like. We're going to want to return to this during our rest breaks and even while we're working out. All right, so maintain that easeful breathing, and let's work on gently side bending your head to one side, trying to touch your ear to one shoulder, and then going to the other side. Work on gentle stretches, left and right. A nice easeful stretch on the sides of your neck, still breathing. Slowly start to increase the amplitude of that side bend through the rest of your spine. So now we're going to be side bending all the way down. If you're in seated, you're sliding your arm down the side of your chair. If you're in standing, you're sliding your arm down the side of your leg. Continue with the side bend of your neck as well. All right, next we're gonna work on twisting your head left and right, rotating, trying to look over your shoulder, past your shoulder, as far as you can go. Really work that twist, get a gentle stretch. Keep working on your easeful breathing. And then start to increase the amplitude of this twist by twisting through the rest of your body. You're in standing. Well, you're always trying to look as far past your shoulder as you can. See if you can turn past 180 degrees. Big rotations. If you're in standing, you're going to be shifting your weight from one foot to the other. If you're doing this in seated, you're going to be shifting your weight from one hip to the other. All right, couple more twists. Let's bring your arms up overhead. Take up as much space as you can as you're standing up and seated, and then squat down, hinge forward as you bring your arms down to the side. Stand up, arms come up overhead. Sit down, squat down, hinge down as your arms come down the side. Big circular motions. Big inhales. If you're in seated, remember you're hinging forward as we're coming down, and you're hinging back up as we reach up overhead. Think about trying to take up as much space as possible, even reaching behind you as your arms come around the back. Good, reverse your arm circle. So now you're coming up, arms are raising to the side, coming up overhead, and then you're pushing your arms down the front as you're hinging forward or squatting down to the ground. Big circles. Take up as much space as you can. Splay your fingers out wide. All right, next. You're going to hinge forward, seated or standing, just a little bit, and we're going to swing your arms side to side. If you're in standing, you're shifting your weight from one foot to the other as you swing your arms. And if you're in seated, you're going to be shifting your weight from one hip to the other. There we go. And let's take our arms into the middle in a little crouch position. Reach out to the side, crouch down, reach out to the side. So if you're standing, you're going to a little squat. And we're trying to work moving a little bit faster. Seated athletes, you're hinging forward in the crouch and then reaching out to the side. Reach out as far as you can, under control. Start moving a little bit faster. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next we're doing jumping jacks. Hopping in place, feet come apart and together in your hop. Arms are coming up overhead, to the side, and back down to your side. If the hopping doesn't feel good, we'll bring our arms up overhead and quickly back down, both for standing athletes and for seated athletes. Moving quickly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Split jacks are next. Bring arms across the body in a horizontal plane. Alternating the top arm. Feet are hopping forward and back in the split stance. Again, if the hopping doesn't feel good, you can simply do this standing in place, doing back slappers. And this is the same for seated and standing athletes. Alternate the top arm. Move in a little quicker. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. All right. So everyone's heart rate should be a little bit elevated. Is your heart rate elevated? Good. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. All righty. So let's get into our practice rounds here. So the first thing that we have on cue are these pulsed plyometric squat jumps. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing that pulse where we go down all the way, up halfway, down all the way, and then we're going to jump up from that bottom position. So again, the pulse plyometric squat, going down all the way, up halfway, down, and then jump. And then you go into it for reps. If you're uber crazy and your body weight isn't enough, you can always hold on to a backpack with hooks. Remember, you want to be moving fast, so don't weigh yourself down too much with this if you're going to be doing this variation. If you need a little bit of hand support, you can certainly put your hands on some kind of stable surface, a table, a heavy-duty chair, bench, and then going down all the way, up halfway, and jump up. If the jumping isn't for you, you can simply just do squats and try to move a little bit quicker with your squat. So just simply coming down, up, and then stand up quick. You can always put a chair behind you if you need that little extra bit of support. Going down to the chair, come off the chair a little bit, bounce off the chair, stand up. All right. For our seated athletes, we're doing T's. This is where you're gonna need some light, some moderate weights, maybe even no weights at all. And so what we're gonna be doing is a bent over T, hinging forward, bring your arms up all the way, be aware of your surroundings. Arms up all the way, down halfway, and then quickly back up, back all the way down. So we're coming all the way up, and then pulse quickly back up. So this is where even some light weights might start to feel heavy for you. So if you notice that even light weights are heavy, just use no weights. Kind of like a bird flapping its wings. You're trying to generate a lot of force really quickly, but under control. All right, and again, you're hinged forward, so make sure your back is flat as best you can as you perform these T's. All right, how are we doing with those pull squat jumps or the T's? Any questions on those? Found good variations to work with? All right, let's keep moving. The next one is gonna be side planks. Side planks for everybody, seated or standing. So for those of you who are able to get down to the ground, you'll get down to the ground. And then we're working at our side plank variation, the full side plank. You're balancing on your stance arm. So I am on my left arm, my left forearm is on the floor. I have my right hand on my hip. Both feet are on the ground, hips and knees are off the ground. I'm trying to keep myself as straight as possible. I'm gonna hold here for about 30 seconds and then switch sides. If the full plank isn't for you, we can go to a knee plank. So now I'm balancing on my knees. You can also do a hip plank. Now, if you're going to the hip, make sure you're not getting lazy in your shoulder. Make sure you're engaging through your stance arms. Right now, I'm really making sure I'm pressing through my left arm to push through the ground and keep myself lifted. Avoid just sagging through your shoulder. All right? If getting onto the ground is problematic for you, for our standing athletes, you can simply lean up against a table or a wall. And just like what I was just mentioning, make sure you stay engaged through your stance arm as you're throwing the plank. Seated athletes who are staying in the chair for this workout, you're gonna roll up to a solid surface, and you're gonna lean out as far as you can, just at the edge of your base of support, and then work on balancing there, making sure that you're strongly engaged through your stance arm. All right, how do we feel with side plank variations? Good? All right, let's keep on moving. So next is gonna be the pulse plyometric squat jump for our standing athletes. We're gonna be doing pulse plyometric push-ups for our seated athletes. So for our standing athletes, the pulse plyometric lunge. Right now I'm gonna be doing a right leg lunge. So I have my right leg in front, left leg in back. I'm gonna go down all the way, up halfway, and then jump up. After that pulse, now you're gonna land down here, pulse up, and jump up. Pulse up, jump up. Pulse up, jump up. We're gonna work that one side for about 30 seconds. You can definitely take breaks though as you're doing this. I want you to be moving fast. So if you're really bonkers crazy, you can add weight to this, but don't add too much. For those of us who might have issues moving off of one foot, you can place a chair right behind you. So here I'm doing that same right leg lunge. So the chair right behind me, so I'm actually going to sit down into the chair, pulse up, and then jump up. And then pulse up off the chair, and then jump up. Pulse up, and jump. And then you can also give yourself that hand support if you need. And if the jumping it just doesn't feel good at all, you can just skip the jump and just do the lunge, move quickly. All right? For our seated athletes, we're going to be doing push-ups, pulse plyometric push-ups. If you can do these from the ground, that's preferable. So from the ground, we're going down all the way, up halfway, back down, and then quickly up. So you get to the bottom, you do that little pulse, and after the pulse, you get off the ground, and then you repeat. Use whatever you need to support yourself. If you can't do a standard push-up from the push-up position where your hips and knees are off the ground, you can go off your knees. You can go off your hip. Or you can put a bolster underneath you. So that bolster can go underneath your chest, underneath your belly, underneath your pelvis. The higher up the bolster is, the easier this will be. The lower it is, the harder it will be. You can do that same pulse push-up from there. For our seated athletes still in the chair, roll up to an elevated surface, and again, lean forward as far as you can, just before you reach the barrier of support, and then pulse up, and then jump up. Moving quick. So again, the name of the game here is to move quickly with this workout. If you're losing speed, you need to decrease the load. All right, any questions on the pulsed push-ups or the pulsed plyometric lunges? Do we need a modification for the lunge, Pavel? Okay. Pavel, are you okay with the lunge? I still can't hear you.
Yes, I'm good with the lunge.
Okay. You just pointed your thumb down, so I thought you meant that was bad.
Same, no questions.
Okay, no, I want thumbs up. Thumbs up is good.
Okay.
Okay, all right, good to clear that up. So let's move on. We're gonna be doing front planks after those. So front planks for everyone. Standard front planks. Full front plank, we're gonna be on your forearms, going off your toes, hips and knees are off the ground, and holding yourself as straight as possible. We're gonna hold you for about a minute. So make sure you're breathing really under control here. Now, if the full plank isn't working for you, you can go off the knees, breathe in from there. If the knee plank doesn't work for you, you can go off your hips. If you need a little bit of support, again, we have our handy dandy bolster. The higher up your body the bolster goes, the easier this will be. The lower down the bolster goes, the harder. All right, and then for our standing athletes who maybe have a hard time getting to the ground, you can do the plank against a table, a wall, a couch. And the lower down you get, the harder it'll be, the more vertical you get, the easier it'll be. Seated athletes who are still in the chair, you're gonna lean forward as far as you can to the very edge of your base of support before you fall out. And I want you to hold there and push through your elbows and your forearms to stay engaged and hold that position and breathe under control. All right, any questions on the front plank? We good? Okay, good. So last exercise and the workout is the pulse plyometric bridge for our standing athletes, working the legs, and then W's for our seated athletes. All right, so the pulse plyometric bridge might look a little goofy at first. It's gonna require a little bit of coordination. So let's see if I can do this. So you're gonna bridge up, come down halfway, and then pop yourself up off the ground. And then you come down all the way, bridge up, down halfway, and then back up. And now, more fluidly, it should look like this. And then trying to get that little pulse, and after the pulse, you explosively launch yourself off the ground. All right. And then if that's a little bit too easy, you can always do the single leg versions. Going up, pulse, switch the legs. Each time, alternating with that single leg bridge. And like I said before, if you're uber crazy, you can add weights to this, but don't add so much that your speed starts to go down. Make sure you're moving quick. For our seated athletes, we're working W's. Similar to the T's, you're gonna want light, medium, or no weights for this. You're gonna hinge forward in your chair, and we're gonna start in a diamond position, and then we're gonna go up into the W, full, down halfway, and then quickly back up. Going up all the way, down halfway, and quickly back up. We're working on accelerating this shoulder external rotation from the point where gravity is going to work on you the most. We're going to popping that up, challenging those rotator cuff muscles. And again, the more forward you lean, the harder this is going to be. Go up all the way, down halfway, and quickly back up. Go up all the way, down halfway, quickly back up. And again, I want you moving quick. So if the weight slows you down, I want you working without weight. We want quick movements here. So we're working on engaging the fast twitch muscle fibers of your upper body. All right, good. Any questions on the W's or the plyo bridges? All right, good. I think last time we lost a leg on the plyo bridges, so ideally let's avoid that, but sometimes fireworks happen. All right, so let's get to it, you guys. Let's get ready for our workout. For those of you doing the squat jumps, get in position. If you're adding any weights, grab the weights. If you're doing the T's, get in position for the T's. Transfer back into the chair if you're on the floor. All right, let's make sure you're all muted. All right, and then put it on me for the first round. And let's get to it. I'm gonna start my stopwatch. And let's get started. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So working pulse, plyo, squat jump. Make sure you're moving fast. For our seated athletes, we're doing those pulse plyometric T's. You hinge forward, come up all the way, down halfway, and then pulse it back up. There you go. It should be snapping, it should be quick. There you go. Keep breathing. Working whatever version you're working on. If you need some support, use whatever supports you need for this. All right, keep it going. Keep breathing. Good, consistent, clean motion. There you go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Side planks. So again, whatever version is working for you. If you're up against the table, making sure you're engaged through your shoulder. So I'm on my left shoulder. You're on the floor, doing full side planks, knee side planks, hip side planks, up on a bolster, making sure you're engaged. Seated athletes still in the chair, leaning up against an elevated surface, staying engaged through your stance arm. 3, 2, 1, switch sides. If you're leaning up, when you're leaning up against your stance arm, make sure you're staying very well engaged. I don't want to see anyone sagging through their shoulder. The point is to make your shoulder muscles do the work to stabilize you. There we go. Keep going. Keep breathing. Good. Almost there, you guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Pulse plyo lunges or pulse plyo push-ups. All right, seated athletes, if you're on the ground, rolling onto your stomach, get into your push-up position, and then pop up all the way, down all the way, up halfway, and then pop up off the ground. Keep going, keep moving, popping off the ground. For our standing athletes, doing those pulse plyo lunges, you should be switching in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch. So both final lunges going down all the way, up halfway, and then jumping up. Staying on the same leg. If you're skipping the jump part, just make sure you're moving quick. Stand up fast from the lunge. Keep going. Those of you guys doing the push-ups, keep going as well. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Transition to the front plank. So, those of us doing push-ups, you are ready, probably in position, and plank. Get yourself into position. Stay rigid, stay engaged through your forearms. Breathe. Whatever version of plank's working for you. Again, could be a full plank, knee plank, hip plank, bolstered plank, plank up against an elevated surface, or from the chair up against an elevated surface. Make sure you're still breathing, smooth and under control. Good. Almost there, you guys. You got 15 seconds left. Work on that belly breath. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. All right. Transition to those plyo bridges or the pulse plyo W's. Coming up, down halfway, and then hopping off the ground. There you go. Maybe doing these single leg. Keep it going. Keep breathing. Working those W's. Keep going. Keep breathing. For those of you doing this seated, you can simply go into long sit. Make sure after that pulse, you're moving fast. Keep it going. Keep breathing. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. All right. Good job, you guys. All right. How was that? How was round 1?
Good.
All right.
Time, I think, between the last two.
You need a little bit more transition time between the front planks and the bridge and W's?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, can give. Excellent. Any other issues with transitions? All right, good. So we're gonna rip through this. We're gonna do 3 rounds total, so that's 1 down. We're gonna move quick, get you all hot and sweaty, and then we're gonna stretch it out to finish for about 10 minutes at the end. So take this time to continue to catch your breath. I saw people getting water. Excellent. Stay hydrated. We got 10 seconds left of this break. We're going to get started in 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. Let's start with those squat jumps. Let's keep going with those plyo T's. All righty. Doing your T's. Make sure you take up space. With these T's, I feel like a bird. And you want that quick squeeze between your shoulder blades. And for those plyo squat jumps, we're going down halfway up quickly. Pulse and then jump. Pulse and then jump. Keep going. Keep moving. Move quickly. Move fast. That's it. Make those type 2 fast twitch fibers activate for you. Those are really key for doing things like going up and down stairs, for pushing really fast. Let's go, let's move. Keep it going. Get some more reps in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. Side planks. All right. Get in position for your side planks, whether that be seated or standing. And then once you're in position, hold. We're going here for 30 seconds total. Keep breathing. Nice belly breaths while you're holding yourself up. Make sure you're solidly engaged through your stance arm. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch. All right. Let's keep moving. Well, in this case, holding and breathing. There you go. Stay strong through your stance arm. Push your hips forward. Your shoulders should roll back. Try to keep yourself completely stacked up against gravity. Keep it going. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down. All right. Transition to those pulse plyo lunges, pulse plyo push-ups. Whatever versions you're working on, do them well, do them fast. So, pulse plyo lunges. Get that pulse, and then jump from the lunge position. Or move quickly from the lunge position. There we go. Let's move. Keep it going. Almost there. You're doing those push-ups. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch for the pulse lunges. And then keep it going. Let's go. Let's move. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. All right. Front planks. Transition on the ground, against a chair, against a table, whatever you're doing. Get into that front plank position and breathe. Make sure that breath is coming through your belly. Hold. Calm yourself in this time of stress. Controlling your breathing when you're starting to get physically tired is really important. All right, almost there, you guys. Keep it going. Keep breathing. We got 10 seconds left. Keep up, keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Transition to those pulse plyo bridges or pulse plyo W's. And then once you're in position, get going. Keep it up. Keep moving. There you go. Keep up steady rhythm, steady reps. That's it. I like it. I like what I'm seeing here. People using light weights for the W's, but still moving fast. Work that rotator cuff. Those of you doing the bridges, still moving fast. Pop it up. Make those hips work for you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Take a rest break. All right. Unmute. How are we doing, guys? All right, I see thumbs up. I see thumbs to the side. Thumbs. Awesome. All right, so you guys catch your breath. Work on that belly breathing that we started with today. Slow things down a little bit. We got one more round of the circuit, and we're gonna finish with some good old stretching. All righty. Solid work. I see people working hard. I see people lying flat on the ground. You look pretty tired. All righty. How much more time do we have left? We got about 10 seconds left of this break, so let's get one more good one in. Get ready for those squats or those tees. Get started in 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. All right, final round. Let's move. Let's move well. Let's move fast. Keep it up. Keep going. If you're doing your tees, you're bent forward, come up all the way, pulse, and quickly back up. Up all the way, pulse, and quickly back up. If you're doing your plyo squat jumps, pulse plyos, pulse and jump. Pulse and jump. Be explosive, be fast, move quick. make those quick twitch muscles work for you. We're gonna turn you into athletes today, for real. Keep it going. Good, keep it up, keep moving. 10 seconds left, get a few more reps in. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. Side planks. Let's get in position and let's hold on that one side. All right. Steady breathing. Make sure that you have your hips pushed forward and your shoulders rolled back. You want to be stacked vertically against gravity. Good. Keep it up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. All right. And once you're in position, get up. All right. And breathe still. Hips forward, shoulders rolled back. Stay strongly engaged through your stamped arm. I'm on my right arm right now, and I'm thinking like I'm pushing my whole right forearm through the floor. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Transition to your pulse plow push-ups or pulse plow lunges. Let's get to it, you guys. All righty. Get that pulse and pop up off the ground. Move quick. I want you moving fast. If you're no longer moving fast, take an easier version. All right. Keep it up. Keep moving. Those of us doing the lunges, you're switching in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. All right. Those of you doing the pulse plow push-ups, keep going. Do that pulse, and then get off the ground. Pulse, get off the ground. Keep it up. Keep moving. Move fast, move clean. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Transition to your front plank. Whatever version of the front plank is working for you. And once you're in position, hold. There you go. Stay strong through your forearms. Think like you're pressing your forearms through the floor. Your body goes away from the floor. Keep it up. Keep breathing. Steady belly breaths. Work on that control of your breath, especially when under fatigue. We're almost there, you guys. 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Transition to those pulse plow bridges, pulse plow W's. You're working the W's in a long sit. You're sitting up, coming up. Get that quick upward motion of the W. Keep it up. Keep moving. Working the bridges. Coming up. Pulse, and then get off the ground. Pulse, get off the ground. Keep it up. Keep going. Again, double leg, single leg. You're doing the single legs. You're alternating sides. Pulse, get off the ground. Pulse, get off the ground. Keep it going. Keep breathing. Home stretch, you guys. Few more reps here. Let's go. 10 seconds left. Crank out a few more reps. Keep breathing. That's it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. All right. We're going to get 1 minute of rest here before we start stretching. Woo! I see people working very hard, breathing hard. I like it. Take this time, slow down your breathing. Take a big, long inhale. big, long exhale. Sometimes it helps to purse your lips too. Like you're sucking air in through a straw. You might start to notice your heart rate is slowing down as you do that breathing. Get a little bit of water if you have it handy. All right, that was solid, you guys. You all have earned a stretch sesh. All right, so let's take another quick moment here to catch your breath. And then we're gonna be going into our stretches for today. All right, so let me transition over. So the first stretch that we're gonna be going over for our standing athletes is a single knee to chest. You're gonna lie on your back. You're gonna grab one knee, hug it to your chest, and then straighten it out. Alternate, grab the other knee, hold to your chest, and go back and forth, alternating that single knee to chest. For our seated athletes, we're gonna do a pec stretch. So you'll be lying on your stomach. You're gonna kickstand one arm out, so I have my right arm extended out. I have my left hand right by my chest. I'm gonna roll, pushing through my left arm to twist and open up my right pec and bicep. And gently rocking in and out of that stretch. Good. Keep it going. Keep stretching. Work that gentle stretch. For those of you doing the pec stretch, switch sides. So now you should have your left arm extended out to your side, right hand by your chest, and then you're pushing through your right hand to rotate, twist open your pecs and your bicep, all those muscles in the front of your chest and your arm. Gently rotating. You're doing the knee to chest, keep going. Good. All right, for those of us doing the standing workout, we're gonna do a hip flexor stretch. We're gonna go into a half kneel. So one knee is down on the ground, one leg is up. So I have my right knee down on the ground, my left leg is up. And from here, in my kneeling position, I'm gonna rock my body weight forward, pushing my hips and my torso forward at the same time, and then rocking back. As I rock forward, I'll feel a stretch in the very front of my hips. Keep the chest up as you're stretching. For an added bonus, you're gonna take your hands and put them on top of your knee, and then get a little stretch out of your ankle as well. Make that lunge just a little bit deeper. All right, for our seated athletes, you're gonna be doing a posterior cuff stretch. So, if you're sitting up or lying down, you're going to reach your left arm across your body, grab hold of your left elbow with your right hand from underneath, and gently pull across your body. Gentle stretches, gentle pulls. You should feel a stretch in the backside of your shoulder. Still working on your easy breathing. Make sure you're not holding your breath. And switch sides for the seated and standing athletes. So we're switching sides in the posterior cuff stretch for our seated athletes. We're switching sides in that kneeling hip flexor stretch for our standing athletes. Work on that gentle pull. Gently pushing your hips forward. Maybe rocking some weight over your front foot. Your right foot in this case for our standing athletes. We'll stretch out the ankle out while you're in that position. Make sure if you're doing the hip flexor stretch, you keep your torso upright. That emphasizes that hip flexor stretch. Good. All right. Next thing here for our standing athletes, we're going to do a little flow between up dog and down dog. So if you guys are familiar from yoga, an up dog, you start on your belly. Toes are pointed. You press yourself up off the floor like you're peeling yourself off like a sticker. Taking it, full inhale, exhale. And then you flip your toes, curl them up underneath, cover yourself up into the down dog. So you push your hips up towards the ceiling, pushing through your arms. You feel a stretch through your calves and your hamstrings, the whole backside of your leg. Take a full inhale, exhale here. And then come back down to the ground. Up dog to down dog. Up dog to down dog. For our seated athletes, we're going to be doing a tricep to bicep stretch flow. So you're going to reach your arm up over your head, trying to touch as far down your spine as you can. Give yourself that little bit of overpressure with the other arm if you have it available. And then bring your arm out behind you. Reach as far back behind you as you can. Open up that bicep. And go back and forth. Tricep overhead, bicep behind you. Tricep overhead, bicep behind you. Work on an easeful breath as we're moving through whatever flow that you're using. Keep it going. Keep breathing. And for those of us doing the tricep to bicep flow, switch sides. You're doing the up dog to down dog flow. Keep going. If you feel like you need to pause for whatever reason, you're welcome to pause. Focus on easeful breathing. Get a few more reps in. Nice, easeful breaths. All right. Shake everything out a little bit. All right. You're all done. All right. Who got a good workout today?
Oh, great.
I did.
All right.
That was one of the hardest for me. I mean, in a good way, like, I could keep up enough that I got really tired. Usually I'm not keeping up because I run out of energy and I can't do it. Mm-hmm. Or I haven't adapted enough, but that really got me.
Solid.
I know. And I did the other class before, an hour and a half ago too. And I was thinking, oh, I'm too stiff. And I thought, you're not stiff. You're feeling your muscles. Get up. Let's go.
Nice. Good. Kevin's feeling good. I like it. So that stretch sesh definitely felt good for me. Hope these feel good for you. We're going to keep going with these longer stretch sessions this week. So next week, we're going to increase the number of repetitions through the circuit. So the stretch sessions will be a little bit shorter, but we'll still include some stretching at the end.
Great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very good. Does anyone have any questions for me about this workout?
My question, if I'm easing back the plyo lunge jump, would you suggest taking out the jump or taking out the pulse?
I would take out the jump first. The pulse is going to be good for building up your tissue's resiliency.
Okay.
And then the jump is like the next level. Right?
Okay.
Perfect. You can play with it if you like your variety, but the first one I would take away if I was to systematically do it would be the jump.
Okay. That's what I'll do.
All right. Very good.
Sweet.
All right. Have a great rest of your evening, and I'll see you guys Wednesday.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, thanks, Matt.